Are you having difficulty walking comfortably or even standing with ease? Well, you need to see Dr.
Are you live?
Yeah, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube.
Everyone.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Aiken Chiropractic at 803-641-9191. At Aiken Chiropractic, we focus on gentle, safe, and effective chiropractic care for your whole family. Call Aiken Chiropractic today, 803-641-9191. When your spine is aligned, your body is too.
Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well. Yeah, let's go! Come on, get up. Cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs. Yeah, strong will to empower people, to promote the peace, no positive attitude, baby, that's a lifelong dream goal. Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best version you can be. Yeah.
Good morning, Facebook, YouTube.
Good morning, CSRA. This is Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
And you're listening to WAAW Shout 94.7 FM, the voice of the gospel truth.
This is the day the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it.
All right, Coach, go ahead and take it over.
Okay, I don't hear you in my headphones. You hear me?
No, I don't hear myself as well.
Okay. I don't know why.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. If you can hear us out there in Radio Land, give us a call at 803-226-0041 to let us know you hear us. We don't hear it ourselves in our monitor. All right. So Jackie, we're going to move on with the show.
Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me?
Yes,
Okay. I wonder why I can't hear you. Praise God.
All
right. So guys, welcome to Help Matters. I'm Coach Patrick and my beautiful wife, Jackie. So we're going to be talking about this morning women's health. We're going to be talking about mind over menopause. As you know, May is Mental Health Month. May is the Women's Health Month. So we're gonna combine those things. And Jackie's going to do a lot of talking today. She's going to be talking mind over menopause. And I'll be jumping in there where I can. But I hope you enjoy the message on this morning. If you want to call in, you can at 803-226-0041 or 803-226-0043. We're going to acknowledge our sponsors, our partners, our friend, Dr. Dan. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawrence Street Northwest, right here in Aiken, South Carolina. And their number is 803-641-9191. Their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com. And Centerwell Senior Primary Care, helping seniors live healthier and happier lives. Their address is 3435 Wrightsboro Road, Augusta, Georgia, 706-841-9719. www.centerwell.com is their website. And Graham's Vehicle Detailing, affordable mobile detailing with professional results every time. Their number is 706-830-4982. Their website is www.grahamsgvd.com. If you would like to be a sponsor, partner, or friend of the broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. We'd love for you to participate and help us do what we do. You can also make an investment if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, and you want to get your brand out there weekly during the day. There's packages of advertising for the station that you can also purchase and invest in. And you can call 803-649-6405 if you're interested in a packet that you can get your brand out there on a daily basis by getting a package from the station. All right, Jack, it's birthdays. Just happy birthday, happy anniversary. We've been recognizing throughout the month of May. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to everyone. You getting any messages from somebody? You looking like you got something?
No, no,
They
no,
hearing us out there?
no. They can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I don't
They're
hear
not hearing
anything.
you?
Yeah. No, I can't. I mean, you can't hear me in the mic, so go
I
ahead.
can't
Just
hear
keep
you in
going.
the headphones. Can you hear me in the
Yes.
headphones?
Yes, I can hear you
In the
perfect.
headphones. Okay, I can't hear you. I don't know why. Okay, all right. So unless it's something, would say something.
Testing. Just
No, I want to work this out. We need to work this out. We're live. We're hot. Okay, are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you
Okay,
perfect.
but I can't hear you. I don't know why I'm not hearing you. All right, praise God. So, happy birthday, happy anniversary to everybody that's celebrating birthdays, celebrating anniversaries this great month of May. We hope you celebrate yourself. We hope you enjoyed your birthday, enjoyed your anniversary, whichever one that you're celebrating. We hope you took the time to really, really celebrate yourself and have a great time.
All right, guys. So, guys, that's our Health Matters happening, guys, and we're take the moment to give you relevant information that pertain to your health and well-being.
All right. So great. So I know they hear us on social media. I just wanted to make sure they hear us on
Yeah,
the
Joanne
radio.
says she hear me, so she
Okay,
hear
on
me
the radio.
just
Great.
mhm.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
She hear us. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because I can't hear anything. We'll figure that out later. All right. So our Health Matters happenings is I already shared this with you before, but I wanted to share it with you again because I think it's so important that we know that what's going on Eisenhower. And I'm pretty sure if you haven't heard, you're going to hear that the Defense Health Agency has publicly confirmed that the future of Eisenhower Army Medical Center at Fort Gordon could look a little different. They released a statement a few weeks ago that said that notified the Department of War in his intent to transition Eisenhower Army Medical Center on Fort Gordon to an ambulatory care center. So according to that statement, that transition would include the permanent closure of inpatient care, except for the hospital residential treatment facility. It also says that the operating rooms would be maintained for outpatient surgery and that the emergency room would transition into an urgent care. So it's so important to be aware of that, because it does matter. Why it matters is because Eisenhower serves over 30,000 people, and it operates as a teaching hospital with 80 resident employees, about 1,500 people total. So while the DHA officials are confirming its intent to cut core services at the hospital and transition it to an ambulatory care center, this does not appear to be a done deal yet. So they're saying unless changes come through congressional action, implementation could begin as soon as September 1st. So reach out to your U.S. senators, reach out to your U.S. representatives on the South Carolina, on the Georgia side, and let them know your feelings about what may take place, because I'm telling you, it's going to impact the
Right.
CSRA, both sides of the river.
You're right.
I tell you, I go to EAMC for my services, and I had to be referred out to Wellstar, and they couldn't get me an appointment until December. And we haven't even, went into this mode where Eisenhower is an ambulatory services. So, and that's just food for thought. Just know that although it looks like it's just going to affect soldiers, veterans, it's going to affect the whole community. So be aware of that. Reach out to your senators and your U.S. representatives if you have any issues with that. This has been your Health Matters Happenings.
All right, guys. I just want to go back and say happy birthday to Teresa G. Davis. She's one of our Facebook watchers. She celebrated her 65th birthday on the 22nd. We also have Alethea Hudson. I think she's celebrating her birthday this weekend, as well as McKeebron Mitchell. He's celebrating his birthday. So we had a lot of birthdays. Anniversaries. Yes, I want to say happy anniversary to my friend, my neighbor, Christy Barr. She and her husband celebrating their 38th anniversary. So happy birthdays and happy anniversary to you. So, Coach, since they can hear me, I want to kind of go back to my gratitude moment, because I love to start the day off with gratitude. And so Coach and I was having a conversation coming up here, and we were just basic general conversation. Him and I have great, healthy conversations. And so the conversation that we was having, we was just talking about knowing our assignments, the assignment God has assigned to us, So just in that, just know your assignment. I'm grateful for my assignment and what God has given to me. So, and I try not to veer off or get before God, uh, before what I have to do. So when we're focusing on our assignment and what we have to do and what God has given us to do, that's so much to be grateful for. That God took the time before he even created us, before the foundation of this earth, to hand us an assignment. And so that assignment is just on our path. Everything that he has for us on the path that he has for us on our assignment. So we don't have to look to the left and look to the right. We just keep our mind stayed on him, and he keep us in perfect peace. Focus on the assignment. That's the gratitude moment. Focus on your assignment. If you not sure what your assignment is, ask your creator. You don't know the purpose of the thing, ask the creator, hey God, what is my assignment? Why I'm here on this earth? Because I'm telling you, it saves you so much
Headache.
mind space of a lot of things. It keeps you, focused. And when you can do that, and when you can stay focused on what your assignment is, and of course we have different assignment for the whole purpose of the assignment of God, because we move through different seasons of assignments. And so, and ask God to help you discern those times and seasons when things are shifting, but it's still for the main united purpose of what God has called you to do. That's my gratitude moment.
All right, that's good. That's awesome.
Yes,
Any
yes,
wellness
yes.
tips?
Yes, we have some wellness tip today. And guys, because we're talking about women health today, mind over menopause, those things that mom and them didn't tell us. They didn't tell us these things. We didn't know these things. So guys, it's all about our mindset, especially in menopause and women. And I know women out there, give me a hand clap and you can say a woo woo if you feel me. If you are going through menopause, or you are in perimenopause and you just feel some shift, you feel some changes. But the best thing is to do is to protect our minds. Protect our minds. Embrace self-compassion. Love on yourself, because you're going to need it, because things are changing. We form an identity on things that we grew up with or what we identify with. And so when we identify with certain things, and I personally tell you some things I identified myself through was fitness. And so I thought, this body was going to continue to move and move the way it used to move. But menopause hit in and it was like, bam, So it's all about protecting our mind, having embracing it. And this can be hard to do, so unplug, reduce the input of negative thinking, and we have to do that by changing our mind, shifting our mindsets to positive things. We have to focus on that. And gratitude is one way we can do that. Always making sure we get enough sleep is so important. Managing stress, can't express that enough. And just always make sure you're getting up and you're moving and you're eating, you're eating things that's going to make you feel better, to nourish you, So those are my wellness tips. Help Matters wellness tip for today.
All right, Jackie, thank you for those. And we'll get into that a little deeper as we go through the topic on this morning. We're talking about women's health, mind over menopause. We know that May is Mental Health Month, and it's also Women's Health Month. So we're going to kind of close out the month talking about those two things. But a couple of more announcements I want to get to. Make sure that the people of Aiken know that early voting started May 26th. Is going to run through June 5th. If you're in South Carolina, you can hear my voice. Make sure you get out there and vote. Early voting is very, very, very good to go ahead and do, because if you wait till election day on June 9th, you just don't know what might come up and keep you from being able to get out there and vote. So you got 2 weeks to actually plan and schedule when you can go and vote between May 26th and June 5th. So make sure, South Carolina, you get out there and you vote. Make sure you look at the tickets, look at your candidates, and take time to really do your homework so that you can vote for the issues and the agendas and things that affect your community. So important. And then Georgia, you got your runoff election coming up. So make sure you get out there again and vote for those that you would have in those offices in Georgia. You have your runoff election coming up. All right, Jack, I wanted to
I want to,
also
yeah.
announce the men's event that
Woo
I'll be
woo.
hosting on
Yes.
next Saturday. Looking forward to it. Ministry of Wellness. Ministry of Wellness. Our topic this year is Living Well, a Man's Perspective. Last year we had a great time. Our topic was Living Well, a Man's Purpose. So we're going to look at man's perspective because we want to hear the men, talk about, their triumphs and their testimonies and their health challenges and how they navigated through those things. So got a great panel that's going to be with me. Got Dr. John Latson that's going to be there. He's our guest speaker. He'll be speaking to the men on men's health and prevent how to prevent some things from coming on their body. So it's going to be a great time. The event is free, but registration is required. So we're asking that you please register if you plan on coming. Although the event is free, we're going to give many giveaways. Listen, you won't leave empty-handed.
Oh
Everybody
no,
that's
you
come
won't.
is going to leave with something in their hand. So we're giving a lot of giveaways away. We're going to have some light refreshments for you. It's between breakfast and lunch. So we're going to make sure that we have some good refreshments for you to carry you into your lunch period. So we're looking forward to that. But listen, man, it's going to be a great time where men just gather in a safe space where we can conversate and have conversation and just, have that huddle around each other and around our health and talk about that. So I'm looking forward to you to come out. It's on Saturday, June 6th at the Croc Center. Only a couple hours, guys, from 10 to 12. So come on out Saturday, June 6th from 10 to 12 at the Croc Center in Augusta, Georgia on Broad Street. That's 1833 Broad Street. If you would like to register, you can go to www.mow.eventbrite.com or you can give me a call at 706-592-8862 if you have any questions. Again, Ministry of Wellness, Living Well, a Man's Perspective, Saturday, June 6th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Croc Center.
And that's next Saturday, guys. We are so looking forward to that. It was very successful last year, just being a man. And of course, we, as the Women of Wellness, will be there and other volunteers to help, serve and make sure they have everything that they need. And we will get out the way so the men can have their conversation. I'd like to say good morning to Linda Bentley. I have not heard from you. Thank you.
Hey, Linda.
I ain't seen you in so long. Thank you for joining this morning. Blessings to you
Man,
as
that
well.
brings back memories.
That
She used to be
did.
with the crew at Diamond Lake.
Oh,
We used to do group
yes.
fitness.
Oh, man.
That was,
17 years.
that was a
17
long time.
years there. So, like I said, assignments, So
Yeah, stay on
I
assignment.
stay on assignment. And those that God has on you, if you stay on your assignment,
Right.
everything that God has for you, everybody that God has assigned to you will line up in the assignment.
Right.
And when you can focus on that, that will keep you in peace, and you ain't rattling around everywhere.
And you have to be faithful, when in
Right.
the beginning. You have to be faithful when
Very
you're starting
faithful.
off, and just know that during that time when you're starting off, those new small beginnings is about passion and purpose.
Right.
And that's what you're pushing through. You ain't looking at the dollar bill, but you're looking at the impact that you're making in the lives of people.
Yes.
If God has given you something to do, He's giving it to you for a reason. Yes, you want to benefit from that, but you got to have that passion and you got to have that purpose to really make an impact in people's lives. And that's where it starts from. And God sees your
Yes.
faithfulness in that. And then He draws what you need as you navigate and travel that journey, what He's given you.
Yes.
He'll bring everything you need.
Yeah. I'm going to say this one thing, and we're going to get into this subject, Coach.
Don't start. You're going to set a fire.
No, I'm not going to set a fire. No, hey, if the Holy Spirit lead us that way, we're gonna follow. We're obedient. So one thing I wanted to just give kudos out to my daughter, because she's an educator almost 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Her preschool students found her, and all of them came back that are graduating this year.
From high school.
And just to love on her and just tell her thank you.
That's awesome.
That is how we make an impact. Yeah. That's an impact, because what we say and what we do, even to our children, that stuff comes back. And so you choose how you want that to come back, that seed to come back to you. And that just made her doing what she does on her assignment, doing what she doing, educating children, but making an impact. And you have every last one of them come back graduating. To see
That's awesome.
these children come back graduating and telling her how you impacted my life. And she had them first
Yeah.
in preschool. And here they is graduating, some with honors, cum laudes, and that just how she impacted their lives. And praise God for that.
That's it.
And that's how we want to be.
That's
we want to make sure
no amount of money can replace something
nothing,
like that, because you make an impact in people's lives.
nothing.
That's awesome.
And that just show you how much God just love us. If we can just keep our mind on Him, and knowing that we can do all things through Him who strengthen us. That's all we need to do. Just stay focused on Him.
In front of Him. We just stay on the path.
Stay on the path.
All right. So
Yes.
this morning, again, we're talking about women's health, mind over menopause. If you would like to call in, chime in, please feel free to do so. 803-226-0041 or 803-226-0043.
Right.
Now, Jackie, you're going to take the lead on this because, I don't want the women beat me up out there talking about you just don't know. But anyway, as women age, I know this.
He hear me enough.
I lived through it, just like you lived through 20 years of the military. You feel like you did 20 years of the military.
Right.
So I'm living through menopause with my wife, and I'm helping her to embrace it as much as I can.
Yes.
I'm not adding to it on a negative way. I'm understanding it. Then the more I understand it, the more I'm able to help her, navigate through this. But one thing I know that as women age, they gotta learn how to embrace change. And this can pertain to men too, but we're talking about women this morning, so women don't get mad at me. As women age, they must learn how to embrace change. They must embrace it with a positive mindset, and look at life from a different perspective.
Yes.
I think that's so clean and clear that women have to do that, and I'm learning that as I'm living this life, with a woman that has been through the different phases of menopause, but menopause is a natural part of life for women, but it can cause significant changes in the body that can really affect a woman's mental health.
Absolutely, Coach, because as we decline in estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, our body begin to shift. And like I said, the things Mama didn't tell us, so as we got more research, more information out there today, to go on to help us. And thank God we're talking about it more now. So back in the days, when our parents, they didn't talk about these things. They didn't, tell us, they talked about, the change of life, but we didn't understand.
Keep living, right?
Yes, just keep living. Just keep living. Well, I kept living, still living. So we began to, get more information, get more research about this, so some things women just move through, we learn how to survive. We was taught survive. Our mothers gave us survival tools, we was learned
survival
skills. Yes, just how to survive. But how do we thrive through this? How do we navigate to this? But they didn't give us the how to the what.
Right.
So, and that's what, and as we decline in that, and we don't realize that estrogen was our mother load. She was our protector, our protector. She shielded us from so many things, from, breast cancer, or from different ailments in our bodies and our mind. Even our brain have estrogen. So a lot of women experience brain fog. And so, how, we can short-term.
We got to walk this thing out.
Yeah, we're gonna walk it out. So I'm trying. So as we decline in that, a lot of our body change, the body composition change, and so that stage of life, Coach, can start as early as in our 40s, and we call that area perimenopause. And that is where changes. Things, the estrogen start fluctuating at.
So you said as early as 40, but
yes,
some women probably could experience it
like I did a little earlier, right at that, because I am a breast cancer survivor. So because I'm going through that, I had to take certain medication that triggered menopause earlier in life for me.
Now, and that's so important for women to know. You know,
Right.
you did, we did. I'm not going to say you, because we did have that
Thank
battle.
you.
Although you took upon the, the physical part of it, we as a family had that battle when you were, diagnosed with that, and we went through the treatment that we had to go through. But you make a key statement. Even the medication that you had to take caused you to go into, perimenopause a little bit earlier than, society statistics say that you go into perimenopause.
Right.
And I think that's so important for women to know that. As you started off talking about the female hormones, primarily estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, and how they play a pivotal role in a woman's overall health, influencing a range of bodily functions. And see, those are just the physical things that happen.
Yes.
But we're focusing on the physical things that happen, but also how when those physical things start to happen in your body, how it affects your mental health.
Right.
And it really does. And it's important to understand, women, those menopausal changes, and men, as you help your wife or your significant other, navigate through these changes that are coming on her life with menopause. And it's really, man, I'm telling you, I can't stress enough, it's really important for us to understand what a woman is going through in that stage of life, to be able to help her learn how to cope with what she's going through. I mean, we don't want to be there and try to make things worse for her, by not understanding what she's going through and just think she's nagging or she's being bitter or, things like that. So we want to understand it so we can help her navigate through those things.
And it's not so much you can fix it, but listen and understand.
I had to learn that piece now.
Yes.
Because me, we try to fix everything.
Yes, that's just how you build. And so to listen and understand, because I thought something was wrong with me. I didn't know what was going on, So like we want to go back to like with estrogen, that's our mother load. It was like a protector, and it protected us. So as estrogen declined, other things start shifting from our mindset, from our brain, because of the loss of estrogen over time. As it declined and we go from perimenopause and into now menopause, and that is the absence of a menstrual cycle 12 months or over. Now you're right in the damn middle of menopause, so you're experiencing things that you never experienced before, not really memory loss, but kind of a brain fog, or your acuity, it's not as sharp as it used to, or you a little bit of mood swing, anxiety. My husband experienced that, the crying for nothing, anxiety, depression, stress, those things happen because we have lost that estrogen. And so that was like a protector. And a lot of people don't know, then that put us at higher risk for diabetes, cancer, all these things. That's why in our 40s it's very important, as you start experiencing smaller experiencing menopausal symptom up in perimenopause, this is the time to start shifting. This is the time to start looking at things different. Okay, I got to change my diet. See, these are the things I didn't know. And so I'm hoping I'm helping someone out there. This is the time. Okay, I need to reset. I need to change the way I look at things. Things are changing in my life. Things are changing in my body. So now I got to look at, okay, I got to change my diet. I got to change the way I exercise, because people don't understand estrogen covers so much from your metabolism, from your recovery of muscles and exercise, from your energy, from the way you eat and how your body digests your food, because of the type of fat that we have that we can pinch it on the surface. That is normal fat that we have, adipose tissue, versus visceral fat. So that deep internal transverse, under the transverse abdominals, that is not pinchable, that's underneath, that protect us from our organs. That stuff, once we go into menopause, now and estrogen goes, it's like she said, I'm retired, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you some wisdom. Start exercising different, start eating better. And so once that happened, let me say this, Coach, once that happened, guess what? Visceral fat takes over. Now, visceral fat has its place, but excessive amount of it. That's why a lot of women get started getting more pudgy right underneath where their organs are at, right across there, because that's visceral fat that estrogen protected. Now it overloads now into around our pancreas, our livers, our kidneys. Now that is so important. That's why it's so important. Hey man, I gotta watch the way I eat. I gotta watch the way I exercise now, because everything is different now than what it was before. So
and that's a good point you make, but you did say something about brain fog. One point you made about the visceral fat, some of it is necessary to protect our organs, those internal organs, but as your body starts to change and respond to foods and things like that, especially if you're not eating the right foods, that visceral fat can really, really get out of control, know, and you have to try to get that back in control. But you mentioned something about brain fog, and since we're tying this to mental health, I want to just sit there for a second, because that's some of the cognitive changes that happen, in menopause. Brain fog, forgetfulness, trouble concentrating, on things are common and can increase feelings of stress. So now that all plays back to your mental conditioning, because you're having problems remembering things, you're having problems just concentrating. So all of those things play a part.
Intrusive thoughts,
Thoughts, my goodness.
Yes, and those are just, from the, like you said, the changes in our mental health, just adjusting your internal dialogue, these dialogues you have with yourself, you're looking at yourself and you're like, whoa, okay. And I use myself as an example, always been fit, but I always just frame my identity around what I did, fitness, dance, and always dominated in sports. And so, and I didn't see myself change. I really didn't. I'm thinking I'm going to have this same type of capacity or this same type of body composition that I always had. And that's where my mindset had to shift. It has to change. And so here I am, going into my 50s, will be 60 this October. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, wow, I'm trying to operate a 60-year-old body like it's still 20 and 30 years old,
because your mind can still remember that stuff.
Exactly.
And take you through those those things like you used to do, but your body be like, no, we can't do that no more.
No, you got to shift, and that's when the mindset shift has to shift. The cognitive, how you see yourself, and it's all about embracing. Embracing age, embracing life, and and we have to learn to do that, because we can easily say it, but it's not easily done.
That's good. That's a good point to take a pause to do our soft break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna keep talking about this mind over menopause thing. Okay?
What mama didn't tell me.
Listen, just want to acknowledge our sponsors, because without them, we couldn't be on the radio. You wouldn't be hearing our voices right now. So we thank them for what they do for the station and for the broadcast. Aiken Chiropractic, Dr. Dan, when your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawn Street, Northwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191. Their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com. CenterWell Senior Primary Care. They're helping seniors live healthier and happier lives. They're located at 3435 Wrightsboro Road in Augusta, Georgia. Their number is 841-9719. Their website is www.centerwell.com. And Graham's Vehicle Detailing, affordable mobile detailing with professional results every time. Their number is 706-830-4982. Their website is www.grahamsgvd.com. If you'd like to be a sponsor, partner, or friend of the broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. We'd love for you to help us do what we do.
All right, guys. We've been talking about women's health. This is mental health awareness, and we are and also women's health month as well. And we just want to end this note on women's health. I just wanted to talk about women's health, mind over menopause. Those things Mama didn't tell us, but I want to tell a shout out to Kathy Patterson. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But listen, guys, ladies, don't leave me on this conversation by myself, guys. Come on, give me a call, 803-226-0041-0043.
That's right. We'd love for you to call.
Love for you to call, guys, and dialogue with me.
So we were talking about, how the mind and the mental part of menopause, how it happens, and our subtopic was mind over menopause. And mind over menopause is the power of, cognitive and behavior strategies to help women to navigate that menopausal transition.
Yes.
So it's so important for you to take that control back. You're going to go through these things, but you got to not let them control you as best you can. That's easy for me to say, right?
Right.
That's why I said, that's why I gave that disclaimer at the top of the show. Y'all beat me up. By replacing negative thoughts, practicing mindfulness. We talk about this every day we come on the show, Jackie. That gratitude, that positive mental thoughts.
Yes.
Adjusting your internal dialogue. You mentioned that, Jackie.
Yes.
Lining your thoughts up with what you're believing
and
for.
Casting those thoughts down. We have to.
Right.
We got to cast them down.
Right. And when you do those things, you can significantly reduce the distress from those symptoms. The symptoms are there. Even the word tells us to let the sick say, I am healed.
Yes.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Yes.
Not that you're not in that weak state or in a state where you may be sick right now, but you're going to speak what you want.
Absolutely.
We're not going to speak what we already have. We already got that, right? We probably don't want to receive it. So that's why we speak that I am strong. We speak that we are healed. So when you're going through these menopausal changes, women, you got to take control mentally over that when you're going through those hot flashes, that anxiety, those mood swings, and you got to reclaim that confidence in your body.
Yes, you have to. You have to take your power back. You have to get it back. Okay, caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Jackie and Coach Patrick. This is Kathy Patterson calling from Aiken, South Carolina.
Good morning. So wonderful to hear your voice. So wonderful to hear your voice. Amen.
So what's on your heart?
And I know others appreciate the information that you share about health and as you're talking about mental health and as you're talking about wellness for the women and everything, I always think about the point as you were stating and think about it's a mind thing. Sometimes we think the older we get, the worse we're going to get. But there's certain things that are going to happen. But yet still we have to have our mindset to make sure, as you all stated, that we're doing the best that we can and that we're doing what we can to make it our health better. And one thing I must say that I'm learning, and I thank God for that, but I'm older, but I always tell people I'm older, but I'm better.
Yes, that's good. And that's absolutely right. It literally is a mindset thing. It's just how we are thinking, and we have to, take control of our thoughts, and like the Bible say, cast those thoughts down. Don't take ownership of thoughts that does not belong to you.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And I think sometimes there are certain things that are going to happen in our bodies, and sometimes we don't want them to, but they happen. But we just have to know how to, as you all stated, we got to do better, healthier things. What is best for us. And one of the things that you all said earlier that is just such an important part of my life, and I had to learn that, is knowing our purpose and doing what God has called us to do.
Yes.
And oh my God, when you say that, I'm like, yes, yes, ma'am. But and a lot of times, even with the menopause, even with the getting older, even with the, sometimes we try to take on things that are not a part of us because we're trying to do more. Just say, but just do what He's having us to do, knowing what's best for us, and knowing how far we can go and what we can do.
There you go. There you go, Pastor Patterson. The assignment. Focus on the assignment.
Right. Don't get out in front of him. Try not to get behind him. But, focus on the assignment. He's going to give you everything. And stay on that path. Stay on that path. If God has placed us on the path, then He's going to make the path straight. We can't be moved by what we see, what's on the left or what we right. He's going to make it straight. So we have to stay on the path, keep moving, and know that whatever barrier, whatever hurdle comes on that path, God is going to make it straight.
And I thank y'all for that so much, because sometimes we try to take on what others are trying to put on us instead of just taking on the assignment that God has given us. And as you say that, and thank you so much for saying that earlier when you said, if you don't know what your assignment is, just ask.
Yeah, you
will
can
definitely let you know.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, He cannot.
Yes, yes. And I'm so glad I'm so glad you called. So glad to hear your voice. And we thank you for your support and your voice of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you all so very much. Bye-bye.
Right. Yes. And it's so true, and she says some things I love hearing from her. I learned so much wisdom from her. But we have to have a different mindset. We have to shift our mindset, because things are going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
This is a part of life. As puberty is a part of life, it's going to shift. We just have to shift our mindset. And so as God give you the grace to help you shift,
there you go.
Shift through this. Say, okay, God, this is going to happen. Can't get past it. But help me to give me the grace to be able to shift through it. That's why relationships become so important. I wouldn't trade who I am today from my 20 and 30 years old and early. I wouldn't. I'm so much, like Pastor Patterson said, I am so much wiser. I am so much better. I am so much better. And I love who I am becoming. I'm loving the person I am becoming. Even going through this, I'm loving.
Right.
But I had to, like I said, be careful of my problem. My main issue was my body, the composition, because I had framed my identity around a certain image. And I had to get past that. And that's, the pooch and the flappy here, and I still lift weights. I eat right. It's just certain things is going to change as we age.
And I had to make a decision as your husband, because I got pooches and curves that I ain't had. So I had to say, I'm gonna love every pooch and curve that she gets, because she loves mine.
Yes.
How I'm gonna trip about you having a pooch here or a curve there, and I got pooches and curves that I ain't had.
I know.
So I had to on purpose learn to embrace that.
Yes.
And I do embrace it.
Right.
And so I love you for who you are and who you are becoming.
Exactly.
And as men, we have to take that image out of our head and stop putting this extra load on our wives, thinking they're supposed to look a certain way, and love them for who they are and who they are becoming, because we're all changing. So we need to look in the mirror, man, and know that you are changing too, and she still loves you. But Pastor said something. She said about a feeling about age, a certain feeling about aging.
Yeah.
And I had wrote this down, that it's not just about hormonal changes that contribute to the mood and anxiety issues for women in menopause, a woman's feelings about her aging, fertility, their place in society, and other environmental social factors also play a role in her mental health, as she goes through this. And that stuff could come, if you can't manage that stuff and control that outside social environment, that can add on to your mental struggles.
And you'll find out as you get, as you age, things change, people change in your lives, your view of seeing things it looks different than what it did before. You see it from a different perspective. So we have to choose how we're going to show up here.
That's good.
How, ladies, how are you going to show up? My ladies who are in their perimenopause,
Put that armor on.
come on. How are you going to show up? See, I didn't have the information that we have today.
Good point.
So now you have this information out there. Everything ain't flame and glamorous, you know, and on the surface. But behind the closed doors, that private dialogue, come on, let's be real. Let's be real. You know, with ourselves. Everything we seeing on social media ain't what it is.
That's it.
You know, it's what's behind it. So how you gonna show up? We show one thing, but when we come in contact, somebody gets somebody else totally different.
Right. Not what you seen on that AI flyer. Huh?
Exactly. So how are you showing up?
Right.
How are you showing up in life?
That's a whole nother topic right there. But just want to hit these things real quick. Those hormones that you talked about, estrogen. Estrogen is crucial for the development and regulation of the female productive system and secondary sexual characteristics. It also has a profound impact on the brain, as we've been talking about,
Right.
influencing mood, cognition, and overall mental health. Estrogen can modulate neurotransmitters such as serotonin, which is often called the feel-good hormone. Then you got your testosterone. Is produced in the female brain and is involved in their mood regulation, stress management. It helps them their drive and motivation, and it supports positive cognitive function. And then just the hormonal fluctuations.
Yes.
These things can trigger significantly worsen mental health conditions like anxiety and depression.
And we have to, like you said, we have to ask God to give us the grace. Getting with women that understand, women that matters in your life, women that are, that's why in this age, we all need it. But at this age, we need women to pour into us. We need to pour into what's that verse in Titus? The elders must teach the younger ones. So we have to say, what are we teaching the younger ones? What are we teaching our grandchildren, our granddaughters, the other women around us? We have to show them something different than what they have experienced. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome, Hector in the house. Just, hey, come on, conversate.
This is the conversation. This is the conversation that we as women need to be having about these things in life. One of the things about menopause that I learned at a certain point was the ability, the impact that it had on my resilience. And the loss of estrogen, learning those things. And fortunately, I had people in my life, you as my health coach, Dr. Renita, who was also one of my coaches as well, to help, navigate through those points and times where before, back in, several years earlier, certain things could happen. Someone could say something to me, or I could have a thought about something. And I could navigate it and go, oh, well, okay, that's fine. I'm good. I'll keep it moving. And could really keep it moving. But when estrogen came in, what you said is that mother mode, it helps us bounce back. It helps us keep our mind focused in a certain direction, and it helps us recover from those very things very easily. We find that we get easily bothered about certain things someone would say, or something if we felt a certain way, just the thoughts we would have about ourselves at times. So being able to recover from those things. So that is something that has been very, in addition to the physical things, the hot flashes and things like that you have.
Yes.
You do. But those other things that are those intangible things, the resilience and being able to, to continue to pursue, move forward, it took a little bit more energy. It took a little bit more extra to push through. So that got a little bit difficult. So, but for women, you can get there. You just have to know how you're going to take the steps. You have to know the how. And Jackie, I love that what you said, the how to the what. It's really knowing that this is happening. When this happens, this is the step I need to take. I need to reframe the way this is coming at me now. I need to think about it differently. I need to say to myself, okay, Deborah, Jackie, I see it's happening, but this is okay. This is not the end. This is a good thing. Well, before I could do that, but lots of estrogen, I'm telling you, that thing just takes it all out of you. So I want to encourage women today. There is better ahead. And like you, my life, I would never want to do 20 and 30s again. I love where I am, and I'm learning even growing through this phase of my life. So I thank you for this conversation.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. You know, some of the people say they can hear you, but that's okay. You can go back on Facebook later and YouTube and look at it. But absolutely, how? We was never told how. We told to just, okay, admit, just what? Move through it, you know, keep living, you know. So, yeah. But the how, yeah.
You know, you just saw the moodiness, you saw the change, and you just dealt with it, you know. Even if you saw older ladies doing it, you know, you just saw them deal with it.
Yeah.
But that's not the best way, and we're learning, just like you said, Jackie, the research and the information that you guys are putting out on the show, and, you know, just through people, get in a circle of women. You are not in this alone. That can help support each other through this.
All right. Well, thank you, Deborah, for calling from Hexiba, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you very much, and thank you so much for calling in. Your input and your perspective was very needed. Thank you for that.
Have an amazing day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye. But guys, that was awesome, and we do, guys. We're wrapping this up. I can go
so
on.
Let's go into Coach's Corner real fast.
Yes, okay,
we don't like to leave them without some type of real life application.
Okay,
we go through some things. So
right,
we're talking about women's health, mind over menopause, how menopause can affect your mental health, and we just want to go over some quick ways on how to stay healthy and active during your refocusing. Jackie used to say this all the time: your refocusing and your reforming years.
Yes,
you know, so you have to still become. So make sure you keep daily exercise. Resistance training is important, and a healthy diet.
Yes, absolutely. Sleep, quality sleep, self-care, managing stress, guys, so you can manage those emotions. Yeah, so easy said than done.
And
but
that support system.
Make sure you're around women that are pouring into your life,
friends, family.
pouring life into your life, you know, and get it. And first and foremost, that's God in your life to give you the grace to how to move through this. And as He give you the grace, He give you women in your lives to help pour into your life, to help you.
Make sure you help.
And a great, wonderful healthcare provider to help you through this. And that's why, and I ain't saying nothing wrong with male doctors, but females kind of understand it more. And I'm going to read just one comic and we're going to go. Is from Crystal. She's from Hexiba, Georgia. I love me better now that I am older and wiser. I am excited about turning 40 and I don't want to go back to my 20s and 30s. Loving the maturity over the years. The hormones, learning how to work with them is real. I think I'm in this season now. My hormones are everywhere. That's great. And we got to know how to go through this. We have to show the younger women how do we go through this, because it's coming. And we just got to be there for those that we can, and not only ask God to help you to pour into other women lives. And so you want to do that. So God, yes.
Just to get back to the Coach's Corner, mental and emotional wellness, pay attention to that, your mental and emotional wellness. And you can start off just with having a positive mental attitude, as we've been talking about throughout the show here, because positive mental thoughts, your thinking is going to produce positive results. And I mean positive actions, and then once your thinking is positive, you produce positive actions, then you'll have some positive results.
Right.
So just try to mind your mental and emotional wellness.
And you got to practice that, Coach.
Right. Yeah, it's practice.
Yes, Coach. All right, our time is coming up, guys. We're winding down, but thank you for joining us this afternoon. So we want to kind of start breaking this down, but I hope some of this is not even touching the surface.
Right.
But there's more to come, and I will be putting out some more information, guys, on some things that we're going to be doing.
All right. So listen, guys, we want you to stay tuned for the Concerned Ministers Fellowship. Is coming up at 9 a.m. And that's You Matter with Pastor Bush. Then at 10 a.m. Saturdays with Sean is coming up. Then at 12 p.m. you got Midday Motivations with Alicia G. And then at 9 p.m. this evening, you got the New Artist Profile with Tony D. Make sure you catch our weekly programs. Our weekly programs begin at 6 a.m. You got Judah the Hebrew. She's starting off with prayer. And then you got 10 a.m. You got Pastor Smalls Morning Praise. 12 p.m. you got Mary Harris Afternoon Praise Cafe. 3 p.m. Minister Arlene Edwards is talking it up. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. you got Reginald Forrest, Education Matters. And Thursdays at 11 a.m. you got Pastor O'Neill and Reverend Takia Transforming Lives.
All right, guys. But I got one more comment. I got to go. Good one. Just jumping on. Menopause is the bridge that take us from who we've known to who we're becoming.
Ooh, that's good.
Drop the mic. Guys, we gone. That's it. Drop the mic on that. That's my coach, Dr. Benita Mitchell. And Deborah McDaniel is my Focus to Finish coach as well. We need accountability, guys. We need women in our life that's going to pour into our lives. So if you hear me out there, get some women, ask God and pray for those women that can pour into your life. And thank you, Pastor Patterson, that you pour into my life. And I want to thank you over the years for doing that as well.
You know, and some people pouring into life, they don't even know they're doing it. You know, just by you listening to them and catching them here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so
catching
important.
Those nuggets.
That's why it's so important to stay on target, to stay on point, stay on
right.
assignment, because you never know who you're helping. And
that's
what it's
everything God has for you is on assignment.
All right,
it's on your it's on the path of your assignment. Okay, guys, thank you for joining Help Matters here with us, guys. This has been a great conversation. Mind over menopause, your mental health, guys. What Mama didn't tell us, guys. So we thank you. We appreciate you for tuning in to Help Matters here every Saturday on Shout 94.7, Lord. 0.7, the voice of the gospel truth. Remember, we are here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We like to leave you with 3 John 2. We wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, remember, always sow an act of kindness to someone, because you never know when that act of kindness may come back to you. Always remember, guys, you matter and your help matters. We love you here at Help Matters, guys. We'll see you next time. Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you. Appreciate it. You dropped the mic on that, Dr. B. Thank you. Yes. We still be coming.
YouTube, thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week.